Hey, what's up, everyone? So this is John here, and right now I'm focusing on the road because I'm driving up to Ottawa. So my friend, I saw him post on Facebook that he's in Ottawa for a conference. I actually live in Toronto, so I messaged him. I'm like, "Yo, what are you doing in Ottawa?" He's like, "I'm here for an academic conference." I'm like, "Oh man, that's awesome. How long are you staying for?" He's like, "I'm here for a few days." Actually, but the question for me asking how long you're staying for is kind of irrelevant because I'm actually flying to Hong Kong tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and I haven't packed a single thing yet. My kids are packed, but my wife and I have not packed yet. Because we figured today we got time. So I messaged him. I'm like, would you be free to meet up? And this morning at 8, he messaged me back saying, yeah, I'm free today. Let's meet up. I'm like, okay, you want to do a podcast? He's like, sure. So my wife and I decided to pack our gear, go to Ottawa, meet up with him, grab a bite, do a podcast, and drive back to Toronto. For those of you guys who don't know how that far that is, that's a 4-hour and 30-minute trip up and a 4-hour and 30-minute trip down. And if you add the washroom breaks and everything, that's probably 5 hours right there. So that's a 10-hour commute. So I want to talk specifically about the type of person who's willing to do this. There's actually several personality traits that account for this. And specifically, this is trait openness, and trait neuroticism, and also trait conscientiousness, and also to some degree, a lesser degree, trait extroversion. So in my case, my personality, I'm pretty flexible. I'm like right down the middle for everything. So I can bend and flex depending on the need. But in a typical situation, for someone who's willing, on the drop of a dime, to do something spontaneous, even though there's projects waiting in the pipeline. I'm flying out to Hong Kong tomorrow. I had to find a babysitter for all 3 of my kids, which is my mom, the babysitter. You need a personality that's spontaneous. So a spontaneous personality is someone who is relatively low in trait conscientiousness and high in trait openness. As people who are high in trait openness, they're open to new ideas. So when there's something, there's a new idea, a new opportunity, they're really ready to pounce on it. For trait conscientiousness, if you're high in trait conscientiousness, that means you're focused on the task at hand. And so, it's really hard to derail your focus. And actually, derailing your focus makes you kind of uncomfortable. But someone who is low on trait conscientiousness is actually okay with, hey, you know what? Multitasking. I can do this, right? There's really no set plan that can't be tweaked a little, to be bent a little, and they're more flexible, and so they're more willing to fly on the seat of their pants. So pretty much, I'm not that type of person, but because my personality traits is smack down the middle, I can flex in different ways to adjust according to the situation. There are people out there who are more prone to that, like those who are willing to oh, okay, yeah, I want to do this right now. I'm going to go. Oh, someone calls me up. I'm ready to go, right? And these people tend to be higher in trait openness and lower in trait conscientiousness. There's also the other trait neuroticism. If you're high in trait neuroticism and if you worry a lot, then that might work against it. But at the same time, but trait neuroticism also can drive you to do that because you feel uneasy and you want to move to somewhere else, right? So it really depends on what we call the directionality of that trait, of the stimuli that's making you go a certain direction. And finally, extroversion. Extroverts also tend to be willing to go out and meet people and be spontaneous because, being around people energizes them. In terms of business applications, there's actually a lot because certain people in business prefer to have the plan laid out, fully strategized, and being spontaneous in this kind of manner makes them really uncomfortable and it's kind of inflexible. And I'm pretty sure if you think about it off the top of your mind, some people come to mind. On the other hand, there are those who are comfortable with spontaneity. And if that's the case, you want to put these people in situations to thrive. Put them in situations where there's going to be a lot of spontaneity. The market's going to change, or customers are going to call, or there's going to be a lot of situations where you got to put out the fires. These are the people that you want putting out the fires. Just like any other situation, certain personality traits are more suited for a type of task than others. And basically that's all I want to talk about. Leave a comment below and let me know what else you want me to talk about. And yeah, don't forget to follow and subscribe and click the bell. Take care.